Steven, as we mentioned in the intro, we like to think of everyone that listens to this as part of our movie club community we have going on. But as a guest coming on, we like to consider those our Clubhouse members. And for every first time guest, we have 3 questions that we love to ask just to get to know a little bit more about your movie taste, all that kind of stuff, and let our listeners get to know you a little better as well.
What's the password? New England clam chowder. Is that the red or the white? I can never remember that. White?
So I'm going to kick off with my question. Mine is, you are on a deserted island. You have provisions, like you're not going to go hungry or anything, but you also happen to have like a Blu-ray player and a TV, keep you entertained while you're stranded there. And I love to know, what filmography would you take? What director or actor's filmography would you take with you on that island?
So here's the thing about it. Like, the really good directors, they make the same film over and over again. Like Steven Spielberg to this day is still dealing with the fact that daddy left when he was a kid, and that's in every film he makes.
Yeah.
So you'd have to go with someone off the wall that just didn't make any sense. Like, every single film they tried something new, and ironically, I think the best one to do that is Tom Hanks.
Oh, cool.
He runs the gamut. You can find serious dramas, and then you can also go watch Joe versus the Volcano. So, like, if I'm stuck there,
Larry Crown,
the person I can watch, go for the variety pack.
I think it's a great choice. Like The Burbs, Bachelor Party, like all that early 80s and 90s stuff. And then, now you got like Captain Phillips and, as Matt said, Larry Crown, the classic Tom Hanks movie that we all know and love him for. So
that's the one I go to first.
Yeah, I got to do it. Waiting for that Criterion release. Come on, you guys. Let's get Larry Crown on the Criterion. But no, it's a solid answer. I love Tom Hanks. I think that's great.
Tom's great.
Yeah, you got to love Tom Hanks. And I really like your thought process there when you said you want someone that does like a lot of different stuff. And I almost hesitate to say this so no one steals this for their answer later, but I think Curtis Hanson would be a good answer there, because I remember looking into his IMDb after 8 Mile, and he's done like the weirdest assortment of movies. Like, he did LA Confidential, he did The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. He's done like a number of kind of different types of movies. So yeah, you got me thinking there, but you went back to the classic T. Hanks. I dig it. So I'm realizing now, fellas, this is the first time in a while we've asked these Clubhouse questions.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's exciting. I want to know, Steven, if you could go back in time and see a movie again for the first time, what would you go back and see? You get your memory wiped, you get to experience it again for the very first time. What would that movie be for you?
So, quick clarification on this one. I get to go back to the age I was when I first saw the film.
I'm going to let you choose. This is your moment. This is your experience.
Choose your own adventure.
If we're going to make up magic here, we'll accommodate.
If I'm not only getting memory wiped, but a time machine, going back and watching Jurassic Park for the first time.
Nice.
Cool.
It came out when I was 10. So not only was I like actually looking at dinosaur books at home and had so many plastic dinosaurs before it came out.
Yeah.
But that was as a prepubescent child, it was the closest thing I'd ever had to sex at that point.
Absolutely.
It was everything.
I mean, Goldblum on that screen.
How the T-Rex can walk straight across, and then there's a cliff when you go back to where the T-Rex walked across.
Yep. Yeah, some of those plot holes are really funny.
I didn't notice them, so it's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter when you're 10. You're like, it's a T-Rex. Who cares where he walks? It doesn't make any difference.
It's the coolest dinosaur.
I like that answer too, because it's a nice little bit of synergy between the four of us, because the only one of the only in-person viewings that this podcast has had together was a screening of Jurassic Park. We rented out a theater during the pandemic when you could just rent a theater. And we all went with some friends and family and watched Jurassic Park together. And it was a really good experience there too. So we share something there, Steven. That's why we do these questions. We get to know each other a little bit better.
Yeah, we love it. My question, we have a segment on our podcast where everybody has a movie that they love that they feel is underappreciated, maybe by those around them, or they just feel like for whatever reason, no one has seen a movie that they love. and we call it the Unsung Gem. And we just want to hear what your unsung gem would be.
Yeah, this is I am a film nerd, and so one of the things I do love is showing people films that they've never heard of, or they've heard of, but for whatever reason they've missed. You'll notice that on the episodes of Boozy Bracketology, I'm the one the host, I'm usually the one that created that bracket, and there's usually one or two little like bombs I've hidden in there. For example, on our best Christmas movie one, there's a film in there called Tangerine. That technically takes place at Christmas, so I snuck it in there, but mostly because I wanted to force the 6 panelists to watch a film about a trans woman trying to get back at her pimp. Shot on phone all day.
Sean Baker, right? He just did Red Rocket.
It's a great film, but it was never going to win. Put it in there to torture and educate people a little bit.
Love it.
There's a film I have to talk about just because for some reason it whiffed in pop culture. Bubba Hotep is a film again and again. For those of you who don't know, the premise is Elvis Presley is still alive. He's living in a retirement community in southern Texas, and a mummy has started to attack the retirement community and slowly suck the souls out of all the elderly's assholes. He and a retired black JFK have to defeat the mummy in order to save this retirement community. And it's exactly as glorious as it sounds.
Yeah.
I could mean better than that. And it's really is just brilliant writing, acting. It's well shot. It's genuinely scary when he wants to be scary, hilarious when he wants to be hilarious. And for some reason, almost nobody's heard about it. So find Bubba Hotep. Do yourself a favor.
Count me in.
Bruce Campbell playing Elvis Presley, so you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
Honestly, I've heard of that movie, but I have not watched it. And now with that pitch, like I'm bored. Let's get Bubba Hotep. But that's a great answer. I think your philosophy behind that is really what this whole pod is about, where it's like movies we've heard about but we haven't watched yet, so that's all we're trying to do here is trying to finally watch those things. So I think it's a great philosophy to have and to get your friends to watch stuff that they haven't yet. But also, all great Clubhouse answers. Thank you so much for taking time to answer those. Welcome to the Clubhouse. We appreciate having you. This is super fun.